And after you leave a like, remember to smash the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to my channel as yet. And remember to hit the notification bell so every time I post a video, you can know right away. Subscribe, 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 subscribe.
What's up, my YouTube friends, viewers, subscribers, everybody? Welcome back to another banger motivational video. And what I will be discussing right now is self-sabotage. If you never heard that word before, it's pertaining to uh, damaging, destroying, and not accomplishing, like stuff like that. So self-sabotaging is like, say, you damaging yourself in order for whatever the reason may be. So, when you want to do something, did you know that most times the reason why you are where you are is because you sabotage yourself? And what I mean by that is you not making the correct moves in order to achieve something. So, making up excuses for why you are where you are, making up excuses for you not moving forward, making excuses for you not achieving your goals, making excuses for you not creating a vision board and try to reach somewhere. Did you know that you literally destroy your own dreams by not, say, accomplishing anything? It's not everybody else, it's you, because guess what? Only you can control what you're doing. But most times I think people say blame everyone and everything else but themselves. It's like that one move that you're scared to make just might be the one to put you where you are. And most times people need everyone's opinion, and when everybody say, "Oh, you can't do it," then they sit down and they sabotage themselves. That's why they can't reach nowhere. Let me tell you something. Stop destroying yourself. You see, when you can control yourself, it makes life a lot easier. If you can't control yourself and you have to listen to everyone, like you need validation from everyone, life is going to be a little bit harder for you, because like people can only tell you what they themselves can do and what they cannot do. So if they can't do it, they're going to say to you, "Oh, you can't do it," because they don't think they themselves can do it. But you sabotaging yourself, destroying your own life, for what? To satisfy somebody else? A lot of people think like they have to be, say, not say destroyed, but they think it has to be bad before it becomes good. But let me explain something. When people say it gotta get worse before it gets better, they don't mean you literally destroying your own life, thinking it's gonna get better after. What they mean is when you start out, you have to learn as you go. Life is a learning cycle. Every day there's something new for us to learn. So what they mean by it's gonna get worse before it get better is you start, you figure it out as you go. You have to make mistakes, correct the mistakes as you go. I think a lot of people misinterpret this choice. This choice is a word. Sorry, like a lot of people think, "Oh, in order for me to be successful, I have to get up and lose my house, lose my car, lose my wife, lose my husband, lose my job, lose my kids, lose everything in order for me to gain something good." That's not what it means. It means learning as you go, because you have to fail in order to win. You have to make mistake is simply you doing something wrong and figuring out how to do it right. That's the definition of a mistake. It's not a mistake if you did it wrong and you didn't learn nothing. That's not a mistake. Because how much times have you did something and you thought it was right, but when you found out it was wrong, then you're like, "Oh crap, I made a mistake." It was only a mistake once you found the correct way how to do it. Stop sabotaging yourself. Let me tell you something. Like I've said, when you can control your own mind and you can control yourself, that means if you got self-control, you are out of everyone else's control. And that's a very powerful person. Because if you need information from somebody else all the time, in order for you to develop any skills or intelligence to move forward, that person have you like a bird in a cage. And when a person have you like a bird in a cage, your life is going to be twice harder than what it should be. And this is why people sabotage themselves. Sabotaging, like I've said, meaning destroying, stopping, not achieving, like anything pertaining to you. That move that you're scared to make, You're literally sabotaging yourself. I think most people sabotage themselves more than those who not sabotaging themselves. The only person that can truly stop you is you. You may think just because you got a job there and you got bills to pay and whatnot, the only person that can stop you is you. Nobody can stop you. Nobody's not in your way. So all that time you take blaming everybody else, accusing everybody else because you're getting nowhere. No, that's just an excuse. You're literally destroying your own self. And if you're not reaching your goals, that's because you're not doing anything to reach your goals. Why? You're not motivated enough to do it. You don't got self motivation. You can't pick yourself up every day, day by day, and find a reason to push forward. You need somebody else to be doing it in order for you to develop that drive to want to do it? No. Because guess what? If you have to, say, compete with someone in order for you to get up every day and get some stuff done, then it's obviously what you're doing is not meant for you. Because, like I've said in all of my motivational videos, once you're interested, you'll eventually figure it out. Life is a learning cycle. Stop destroying yourself. Stop destroying your lives. Like, why are you guys destroying your life? For what? For sure, you're not going to get anything out of it. Why did you walk off your job knowing full well that you ain't got a job all lined up? Why did you lose your car or sell your car knowing you don't got another car? Why would you sell your house to go live in an apartment? Why would you sell your house if you don't got, say, something else lined up to make yourself better? Like, you guys have to literally think ahead. And people that sabotage themselves, those are the ones that ruin their own life. How much times have you talked to someone and they can literally tell you that they messed themselves up over and over and over and over and over again? That person is literally stopping themselves from achieving anything because they wake up every day, day by day. Oh, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to become an entrepreneur, or I want to become a business owner, or I want to become a YouTuber, or I want to become something. Okay, that's fine. You got ambition. That's okay. But what are you doing in order for you to reach this goal? Oh, I don't feel like doing anything today. That feeling of you not want to do anything, you're literally destroying yourself because you're stopping yourself from reaching where you want to go. Because you got some people, I think mostly people like literally sit down and then brainstorm a bunch of ideas, and then as soon as it's time to put in the work, then they notice it's harder than what it should be. So it's like, oh, why do this and why? No, 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 no. All that brain power you're using, doubting yourself and doubting your skills and think you can't do it, you're sabotaging yourself. You're destroying your own self. Because how can you doubt yourself to think, oh, I can't do it? Like, it's okay to can or can't do it. What I get to understand the older I get is people that say they can't and people that say they can, both are right. But if it's something that you like and it's something that you want to achieve, why would you doubt your own skill? Like, the only way you should be doubting your skills or doubting yourself is unless that's not your interest, that's not your preference. But how are you in the field of what you love, what you enjoy, and you're doubting yourself? If you're doubting yourself, then obviously you don't got it. Yeah, that's what self-sabotage is. You doubt yourself, you don't want to do nothing, you're not motivated to do nothing. You create goals, then you say, oh, I don't want to hit this goal. Like, what? That's like, say, having a job and then you work, say, 5 day a week, and then you start working 3 day a week, but you got bills to pay. In the end, you're complaining about money and bills and all these expenses that you got, but you're working less. You're tying yourself up. A lot of people don't notice that they're literally sabotaging themselves. They're destroying themselves. But guess what? Everybody will point fingers at everybody and everything else in front of them, but at themselves. You can tell me that I'm wrong, or you can tell me that I'm lying. Everybody, like, it's easy to blame everybody else but themselves. Like, why would you get up and turn your life upside down? For what? To prove who has the worst life? Stop sabotaging yourself. You're like, a lot of people fail to understand that whatever they want to do is within them. because everything like greatness comes from within. But a lot of people think greatness is like from everybody else. Everybody else need to see them. Everyone need to acknowledge them. But guess what? That's not how it works. People only pay attention to those who is already acknowledged. If you get up every day, oh, I want everybody to see me, I want everybody to notice me, no one is going to care about you because you're at the bottom. Once you start and people start getting to know you and like go on your stuff, that's when they will say, you know what, this person is like literally smart. Oh, I look at this person's product or watch this person's video, and this person is very inspirational and whatnot, and blah 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 blah. You getting up every day making a lot of broken promises to yourself. Oh, I'm gonna hit the gym today. Then later on, it's like, I'm not gonna go. Like, who you think you're hurting? Absolutely nobody. You think you're hurting the staff in the gym? You think you're hurting nobody that's literally going to the gym? You're hurting yourself by not showing up into the gym. That's just how it is. And that's you sabotaging yourself day and day and day after day after day after day after day. Literally. But the reason why you don't see it that way, that's because you spend most of your time blaming everything else. Which in fact, that shouldn't be the way how it should be. Like, why are you blaming everything else for what you're doing wrong? And I think most times people, they don't want to fail, so they don't try. So you worry about failing that you never started. Because you're so focused on, oh, what if I fail? What everybody else is going to say. Who cares about what everybody else is going to say? You have to fail 10 times before you win once or twice. That's just how it is. The difference is, while you're doing your stuff and you're learning, you don't put your business out there like that. If you're worried about people seeing you failing, then why are you putting your failures out there? Notice winners only put the wins out there. They never put the losses. If you see a successful small business owner, how much times have they tried to open a store or open something and they fail? How much times did they apply to get a loan at the bank and they didn't get it because they got bad credit? When you see someone driving a nice car, how much money did they have to save the down payment on that car in order to finance it? But guess what? People only see what you have, but they don't know the sacrifice behind the struggles to get it. So if you are that type of person that you're sitting down worry about what everyone is saying, then you're just as bad as everybody else. Because you're losing. You may not see it that way, but you are losing because you're sabotaging yourself. You're doubting your own self. You're doubting your skills. You're doubting your intelligence. If you think you're the type of person that can figure it out, why are you not trying to figure it out? If that makes sense. If you say you're a quick learner or even a slow learner, you move at your own pace. But you're worried about everybody else that you're literally destroying yourself inside out. You want to achieve something, but you're scared to make the moves because you don't want to do nothing. And like I said, the move you're scared to make just might be the one. Like, you will not know until you do it. Like, how will you know that the move you're so scared to make because you're busy worrying about what everybody else think of you? How will you know if that's not the one to put you in the game? That's why you're not in the game. My advice to you, do not take people's opinion. You don't need validation from them. The best, like, you can ask for advice, but it's up to you what you do with that advice. Because, like, the only thing you can truly give a person is, like, say, information. But what that person do with that information is up to that person. You can teach a person how to do something, but it's up to them if they themselves want to do anything about it. You know what I mean? So all that time you take worrying about what everybody else is saying and worry about what everybody else is doing or what they might say and who you might lose. Oh, all my friends is going to turn sideways and whatnot. Bro, it's all good. Because let me tell you something. In order for you to evolve and move forward, you will eventually lose a couple people because God will literally slowly remove them. Because you have to lose them in order for you to maintain focus. How much of you guys can like testify to what I'm saying? How much times, like when you were younger and you say, you know, you're going to the club, you're going to parties, you're all over the place, you're enjoying your best life, you're having fun and all these type of stuff. But when you got serious with your life, are you still hanging around the same set of people? No. Because eventually they will fall off because mentally they're not ready to say start building themselves, especially if they're the same age as you. Because like me, I'm not even 30 yet, and I can connect to older people in say 50s and 60s. I can connect to them. I can't connect to someone the same age as me. I don't know why. Because to them, it's like, oh, I'm not 30 yet. I need to be living my best life. I need to be enjoying my life. When I'm 30, then I start working on myself. By the time I'm 40, I'm going to start buy a house. And by the time I'm 50, maybe I will say want to travel. Like, no, 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 no. You got all your priorities backwards because in your 20s, if you figure out everything by the time you are, say, 29, by the time you're 30, you can enjoy the rest of your life for the rest of your life. So while you're partying, throughout your 20s, you're achieving absolutely nothing. And then you're going to reach 30, no savings, no investments, no credit card, no house, no car, no property, no nothing. And by the time you're 30, you're going to have to work even harder because you're going to have all these extra stuff on your thing. So if you achieve certain thing, like if you say bought a car in your 20s, you buy a bedroom set in your 20s, and you're taking your time saving your money in your 20s. So by the time you're 30 and you say, you know what, I need to buy a house, you don't have to worry about a car. You don't have to worry about a bedroom set. Like certain stuff you don't have to worry about. But when you party your whole 20s and spend all your money, whether you're working or not, because if you spend the money the wrong way, then you're in trouble. But when you reach 30, if you got kids, it's twice as harder. It will be twice as harder because you're going to have all these expense, and then you have all these responsibilities with the kids and whatnot. And then if you have a partner and your partner is in the exact same position as you, then what's the point of it all? And then if your partner is in, say, a better state of mind than you and they have a little bit of saving, then that partner saving is going to go all the way down. Because what? They're going to have to say, you know what, we got this to do, we got that to do. No, 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 that's not how it should be. So you ruin, not, well, technically you didn't see it as you ruining your 20s. You didn't see it that way because you were having fun, but you have to sacrifice something in order to get something else. So what you think is best, figure out what you need to do by your 20s. So when you're in your 30s, you can say travel, see whatever you want to see. You don't work for nobody, you're self-employed. You can do as much as how you want to do because you already arrived. And then by the time you're 30 to whatever age, you can, move around and see different things. Or you rather party in your 20s than work from your 30s straight to 70. That's just how it is. Because like when you say you don't have a lot of, say, stuff built at a young age, you reach 30 with nothing. If you try to create a lifestyle by 30, you are already behind. Because you ain't got nothing. So if you start from the bottom, say in 19, 18, you start from the bottom, by the time you're 25, you already know what you want. So it's easier for you to become successful by the time you're 30. So when you party your whole teenage life and you're all of your 20s, by the time you're 30 and you have nothing, you're literally starting from the bottom at 30. So you're gonna sabotage whoever it is that's trying to build with you. If there's nothing big, you can't start at 30 because, like, let me tell you something. The later you start, the harder your life will be. The earlier you start, the quicker you will arrive when you can put your feet up. That's just how it is. So all that time you take, oh, I don't want to start nothing. I'm young. I need to be doing this. You need to be doing no, 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 garbage. Because you're going to reach 30 and then you're going to look back and say how much parties you went to, how much clubs you went to, how much time you travel, you work, you didn't save nothing, you ain't got no savings. Like the moment you begin to get serious with your life, that's when you're going to look back. So if you decided to get serious by the time you're 30 and you look back to 25, 23, 20, 19, you're going to be like, damn, I partied the whole of my young life. No, I have nothing. You don't think it's better for you to start partying by the time you're 30 because you already have everything stable? Instead of starting at 30, you're already behind. It makes no sense to start at the bro. If you party your whole 20s, might as well party your whole life. Might as well. Because if you decide to get serious by the time you're 30, you can't retire at 60. Because guess what? You're going to have a lot of stuff on your plate with $0 in your saving account. Let me tell you something. Do not ruin your whole life. A lot of a lot of people don't see it as if they are ruining their life when they have too much fun. Like, I understand you need balance in your life. You can't be a work addict and you can't be a party addict. So if you're working, of course you need enjoyment. You need balance in your life. I'm not saying you should work and don't have no fun. That's not what I'm saying. But you need to be working, and then when you're not working, you can say go out, but not every day, because you need to stick to the money. You need to stick towards the business. Because if you put everything else as your priority and you put the where you're getting paid, where if you're putting your business not as a priority, you will lose every single time. I've seen it over and over and over and over and over again. If you prioritize the wrong thing, you will lose later down the line. And a lot of persons can't say think ahead. So what they do is they say, you know what, I'm young, I'm this age, I need to be enjoying my life. No. You need to be working and saving some money. I'm not saying you can't have fun. That's not what I'm saying. But I know a lot of people may interpret it, oh, he wants me, what he wants me to do. This is why, and say, when people start late, this is why they have problems. Because when you start late, you have to learn and develop different skills and technique at an older age. Which, in fact, if you have known all of what you know now, but at a younger age, you'll be a lot better. Because let me tell you something, you may be the same age as somebody else, but the mentality may be different. And if you know responsibilities from, like, say, 16, 17, you know hardcore responsibilities, by the time you're, say, in your 20s, you're not going to want to party your whole life. Because guess what? You want to have something to show. And if you have value, if you're a person with value, what values you is the things that you have achieved, the things that you know. So if you ain't got nothing and you're partying your whole life, you ain't got no value. And let me tell you something. Things with value, everybody wants. If you ain't got no value, nobody wants it. And if it's easy to get, it ain't got no value. Because if everybody can get it, if everyone can have access to it, then it ain't got no value. So if everybody have access to you, you don't have no value, my friend. It may sound weird and it may sound awkward, but that's just the way it is. If you don't believe me, wait until you decided to get serious with your life. If you prioritize your friends over getting a job and start figuring out who you are and moving forward, the moment you prioritize your job over your friends and get serious with your life, you will see that those same friends you prioritize first would not be your friends anymore. Or if they are friends, they won't be as close to you as how they are now. That's just how it is. Because they're not ready to be serious with their life. This is why you see people in, say, stores working at 50 and 60, if not even 70. Because guess what? They don't have no pension plan. So if they think, oh, I can live off of welfare, and then by the time I'm this age, I can get pension. If you didn't work a lot of hours and have a lot of hours in, so you can't receive a lot of pension to take care of yourself. So you have to, say, buy a house and keep hustling. Like, everyone receive different numbers of pension. When I mean different numbers, like, everyone don't receive the same amount of money for their pension, because if the type of life that they were living. So if you have a house, you have a car, you have properties, you have all these kind of stuff, your pension may be higher than someone that, say, live in an apartment, waste their whole life. That's just how it is. But a lot of people don't know the game. That's why they always lose. And this is why they're always miserable, because they enjoy all of their life. And let me say it one more time. I'm not saying you can't enjoy your life. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying you can't go to a club one time, or you can't have drinks with friends one time, or you can't, say, go see a movie. That's not what I'm saying. But when you in the, like, say you all over the place, like every day or every weekend, you're sabotaging yourself in the long run and you don't even notice. All those friends that you got, make sure they got goals too, not just plans for the weekend. Like, it's okay to, say, hustle, and then on the weekend you have a couple of drinks just to charge yourself up all over again for the other week. Like, that's completely fine. But all those people you call friends, make sure they got goals too. Because if you're the only ones with goals, they will try their best to ruin you. Hence, sabotaging you. They will destroy you. Because like people want to keep everyone on the same level as them. And like I said, when you decide to get serious with your life, that's when they will fall off. You will lose all those friends one by one. That's just how it is. Because they notice that you're in a different state of mind. And then when they can't control you, they will leave you alone. So if you say you get up and you say, you know what, I want to start doing this with myself, and then you go ask them, or even if you don't ask them, they come to you, they're going to have negative stuff to say for you to doubt yourself. Oh, why you say you're going to go work? We're 19 or we're 20, we're young, you don't need a job right now, blah, 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 blah. You're going to sit down, and especially if you're not strong mind, you're going to sit down and say, well, they're the same age as me and they want to have fun. Why should I go work now and then they're having fun? You know what I mean? So you have to be strong mind. Like, trust me, if you want something, you go after it. Don't take anyone's opinion, because like I said, you will lose over and over and over again. That's just how it is. But a lot of people don't see it that way, because they can't see themselves being destroyed until they already been destroyed. They can't see it coming, because they get up every day. Oh, I want to enjoy my life. I want to do this. I want to do that. Not knowing. Next 2 years from now, you may be in a different position. You may be damaged, ruined. What you didn't see a couple years ago when you were having fun. This is why a lot of people have 3, 4, 5 kids before they're 30. This is why a lot of people ruin their whole lives before they're 25. Because guess what? They don't know better. And you can't blame them, because better was not taught. So stop sabotaging yourself. Stop destroying yourself. That one move that you want to make, that you're so scared to make it because you're worrying about it, what everybody else is going to say, do not worry about them. Make the move. If they want to be a part of it, that's fine. This is how you know you're true friends. When you decided to move in the next stage of your life, and then those same friends that you say you guys were friends, if they're still there, that's how you know they're your true friends. Because the moment you say that you want to start something, if your friends that you say you guys are true friends, if they're not ready to move in the same stage as you will lose them. That's how it's been. Like, notice, it's always when you want to get serious. Always. It's never, oh, let's all of us get serious at the same time. Everyone have that one friend that feel like, oh, I'm too young, I don't need to be doing anything. Everybody got that one friend that think they don't have to do nothing, and that's just the way it is. But stop sabotaging yourself. You're hurting your own self and stopping your own growth because you're worrying about what everybody else may say. You're destroying your own self. You want to make a goal, but you're not making moves to achieve it. You're sabotaging yourself. You're only hurting yourself, destroying yourself. How do you expect to move forward if you're not making the moves to move forward, or hitting the moves to move forward? That's not how it goes. You can't sit down and expect things is gonna flow according if you're not doing anything. How you expect to get a job if you never get up and go apply? You never went to the interview. You never did anything. How you expect you're gonna get anything? That's not how it works. And a lot of people hurt themselves and affect themselves because of the same thing. And that's something they just have to live with. That's why people nowadays, they're miserable and they complain over and over. Oh, this and this and this. This is why they complain, because they sabotage themselves. They don't want to do anything because they'll worry about what everybody else may say. Not knowing, as time progresses, they only hurt themselves. So my advice to you, stop complaining. You don't need validation from nobody. If you truly believe that you can do it, do it. Because at the end of the day, the only person that's going to be affected is you, not nobody else. You may think it's going to affect everybody else, but it ain't going to affect everybody else. It's only going to affect you. That's just the way it is. So I hope this message was useful for some of you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned. I will be back doing more stuff. You go enjoy the rest of your day. I'm out. And don't forget to follow me on social media. I post daily on them.